Again, we talked about what not to say. When I walk in the bank, don't ever say you do something like credit repair, trucking. Nothing wrong with those industries, but in the eyes of the lender, they're going to be considered high risk. You know, some people, real estate, stocks. For me, it was skills, because I know that the more high income skills we have, the more cash flow we can create.
How much could a person expect to be, to get from that?
That's a great question. So it depends on a few factors. If you're a brand new LLC, you can get funded. You're probably not going to get as much as someone who's at that LLC 2 or 3 years, just because it's brand new, right?
Yeah.
So one thing you can do is, whoever you have relationships with on the personal side, who easier to go get business funding with than the person you already have a relationship with. They already see you have activity, you've built a rapport with them. So whoever you're banking with, I would now go open up a business account. Right? Then what we're going to do is we can run something called a 50-50 play, which is essentially where what you're going to do is drop some money into checking, drop some money in your business savings, right? Let's do that for 3 or 4 weeks. If you got more money to play with, drop more money in them, right? Because again, it's just about building that rapport. Now, on let's say day 31, we can apply for that business credit card. If your credit is really good, you don't even have to wait the 30 days. You can just apply out the gate. Some banks y'all can check out, Truist Bank, right? They have 2 business credit cards, 0% interest, one 0% interest, 9 months, one is 0% interest, 12 months, right? You can get both of those products with just one inquiry. If your business is over 2 years, you can get both of those business credit cards and a business line of credit, all with just one inquiry. They're gonna pull from Equifax, right? Then with a bank like Truist is, it's a regional bank. So there's certain lenders that are only going to allow people who live in that region to be able to bank with them. PNC is another one of those, right? But what I tell people is to keep it simple for anyone watching, first thing you want to do, go look up community banks in your area, right? Literally Google community banks in my area. You can also check out ibanknet.com. And what it does is it breaks down by state what lenders are giving out the most money based on activity, right? We think of deposits, assets, because the way banks make money, as we know, is they lend out money, they charge interest, right? So what we want to do is see who's giving out the most, who has the most activity, and those are the banks we're gonna want to go build with. And then just understanding what they're looking for. Again, we talked about what not to say. When I walk in the bank, don't ever say you do something like credit repair. Don't say you're in trucking. Nothing wrong with those industries, but in the eyes of the lender, they're gonna be considered high risk. We don't want to say we're self-employed or retired, right? Use an employer, or in certain instances, use the name of your business as your employer, because these are things that they're looking for to say, okay, red flag, red flag. So as long as we do all those things, we can go out and get some good funding.
What are y'all doing now that you got this funding, right? You had $167,000.
Yeah.
What did you do with that money, and how did that help you, help you in your business?
So I tell people this: certain people invest in certain things, right? You know, some people do real estate, stocks. For me, it was skills, because I know that the more high income skills we have, the more cash flow we can create. So for me, one of the first things I invested in was how to run now a funding company, right? How I can go get people 100,000 and I can make 10% on the back end. That's a 10K payday, right?
Yeah.
Another thing we invested in was like digital products. How do I now help people with this same skill that I learned that's helped me make some good money to now I can impact others, right? I always say when you over deliver, you'll be overpaid. So I'm big on helping people, but things that people in my community, what we teach is how to run a funding business, how to run an automated credit repair business, how to be able to now go out and teach others how to do the same. So all the things I'm doing, we're teaching them in the program so that they can go out and be able to not just get the money, but like you said, most people don't know what to do with the money. So now they have a plan of action so that they can grow cash flow.
How lucrative is starting your own credit repair business? And like, what does it take? Can anybody do it? Or is it something that, you have to have a certain skill set to be able to do?
So honestly, so what happens is this: you got to think, right? 7 out of 10 people you meet have bad credit.
Yeah.
So you got to think easy business to market.
Right.
Even if, God forbid, you don't have an online presence, you could literally probably go in your group chat and find people who need their credit fixed.
Nice.
So once you learn the skill, right, which you can learn from someone who's done it, right? We talked about learning the thing that you're looking to do from somebody. Once you learn it, what we can do is you can start off doing it. But what I tell people, the easiest way to do it is having it somewhat automated. So hire you a team, let them duplicate your process, right? You can go get a team of even VAs, virtual assistants, duplicate your process. That way you don't have to be so hands-on, because as you're scaling the credit repair business, let's say the first 10 clients, 20 clients you're doing on your own, it could be a lot. It could be time consuming. And we know as business owners, time freedom or focusing on the things that produce you high income, right, is what you want to be focused on.